Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be flying the DJI Mavic Air 2. Here's my process before I get to any job. A night before the job, I use Google Earth, try to access the project site, try and see if there's anything of significance, something that can be useful in my pre-flight planning. Then I go ahead, check my equipment, check my batteries, the drone batteries, charge all of them to 100%, and then I check if there's any updates in terms of drone firmware, controller firmware, battery firmware, or even the DJI Fly app itself. Once I confirm that everything has been properly updated, the batteries are all fully charged, it's time for me to test the drone. So how do I test the drone? I connect my controller to my mobile device, open the DJI Fly app, turn on my drone, and then take off the drone, let it hover. When this happens, I'm able to see what they call the flight attitude, see how stable it is. With the drone is stable, check how fast the battery drains, check everything, check, make sure that the thumbsticks are working properly, all the buttons of the controller are working, the drone is responding, all the propellers are intact. Once that has been satisfied, I'm good to go. So the next day, I head to the site. Once you get to the site, the very first thing that I do is look around the environment, try to identify tall objects, and then try to estimate the height of the tallest objects in the environment. Why this is important is so that you can adjust your return to home height accordingly. What happens is if you're flying quite a distance or something goes wrong in the course of your flight, your drone is built to automatically return to the home point, which is where you took off from. Why it's important for you to know the height of the highest object is that there's a specified height that the drone is supposed to fly back, which is adjustable. So if you put your auto return to home height to be lower than the tallest object, there's a possibility that on your way back you can actually crash into that object. It could be a tree, it could be a building. So your return to home height has to be higher than the tallest object in the environment. Now, how can you estimate accurately the height of the tallest object so that you can adjust your return to home height to be higher than it? Very simple. This is a simple trick. Take off your drone on the ground, fly to the top of that object, say it's a tree, fly to the top of the tree, and then look at your DJI Fly app. You will see the altitude. You see how high it is. So let's say that tree is 50 meters tall. It means that your return to home height should be about 70 meters. Number one. Now, number two is ensure that once you turn on the drone, you don't take off until your home point has been set. How is home point set? It's done automatically by the drone. When the drone connects to at least 11 satellites, it's going to automatically set a home point, which is where you are at the moment that the satellites were acquired. This is also important because if something goes wrong, when the other return to home sets in, it's coming back to that point. If your home point was not set, your drone is only going to hover wherever it is, and eventually when the battery is out, it's just going to land. If it's over the water, you're definitely losing your equipment. Or if it's a very inaccessible area, that could be difficult for you to retrieve your equipment. So better safe than sorry. So ensure that that is sorted out also. Now to the last thing that I do, I look for a very flat surface away from grasses, away from anything that could cause an obstruction, and then I put my mat, my landing mat, put my drone on it, turn it on, and then I take off. Sometimes your drone might not take off if it's in a slanted position, so you need the drone to always be on a flat surface, and also a place that when it's doing auto return to home, it can land safely without any issues. If your propeller should catch a leaf or a grass blade in the process of trying to come on, it's going to actually turn off the propellers and you have to restart the drone. So that can be time consuming depending on how quickly you need to do a job and leave a site. With these tips, you can eliminate a great percentage of your chance of having an accident during the course of your flight. Without further ado, let's go ahead and fly our drone. So what do you need to fly? Because you've already noticed I have this thing hanging on my neck. This is the DJI RCN1 DJI controller. This is the drone itself. And lastly, you have your landing mat. So you can land on the front and on the back. I like to use the orange color because the drone seems able to recognize the orange color quicker when it's doing an auto return to home than this any other color. So in this case, this color here. We need our phone with the DJI Fly app. So I'm going to unlock my device. Plug it this way into the controller and then connect it via USB into the controller. Once this is done, you click on the power button twice, press and hold, and then it comes on and connects automatically to the DJI Fly app. Once that is done, you unfold the arms of your drone, take off the gimbal cover. Very, very important. This is something that a lot of people always seem to forget. Take off your gimbal cover, then you spread your propellers apart. When you do that, you can now go ahead, keep the drone. Okay, turn it on. Turn it on, it's going to calibrate. You can see the camera turning to calibrate. The propellers are calibrated, so and then these fancy lights come on. When you hear that sound, you know that you're good to go. Once you're good to go, you drop the drone on the landing pad. You look at your screen, you can see the interface. The drone is up. You have 0 satellites. So right now you can't take off. Don't forget what I said. You have to wait until you have at least 11 satellites before you can take off. Check for the flight battery. I'm using a low battery, so it's 15%. But it's going to be enough for, so it has turned 11. It's showing orange, white, which means
home point updated.
All right, so you can hear that prompt, home point has been updated. Once you do that, you're good to go. Is this car speed low? You can ignore that. It's not it doesn't stop us from doing what we want to do. All right, so how do you set your return to home altitude? You come to the settings, auto return to home altitude. You can see that. So I've set mine at 75 meters and I'm good to go. Once you have that set, you can take off. Now, how do you take off? There's a button on the screen. You hit take off.
Take off. Home point updated.
And the drone comes up. So that's the drone. You can go up, come down, go sideways. Now, how do you take photos? Okay, this is on video mode. The shutter button is red color, is on video mode. How do you take videos? You just click on the shutter button and it starts to record. And just like that, you're recording your video. So how do you stop? Click on the shutter button again and you stop recording video. How do you take photos? Click on the mode button, you've changed it to photo mode, and then click on shutter button, you've taken a photo. Low battery, auto return to home, but I can cancel it.
Critically low battery warning.
Alright, so it's landing automatically on its own.
Landing.
Once I turn on the controller, I wait for a connection. The connection has been established. The next thing is to wait for GPS to lock in, at least 11 satellites before we can take off. We go ahead, check our return to home altitude.
Home point updated.
Auto return to home altitude, you can see 75 meters. We're good to go. Home point has just been updated, so everything is great. Alright, to take off, you push the buttons
Take off.
and
Home point updated.
Alright, so we bring it back and we land. Brake and hold,
Landing.
and we've landed. As simple as that. To turn the controller off, press once, press and hold, comes off. To turn the drone off, press once, press and hold. The drone is off. So now, how do you store the drone? You unplug the USB, remove the phone, take out your lanyard, store the USB in its right port, push in the controller, and put it back there. For the drone itself, you fold the legs in, put the gimbal cover on, very important. Put the gimbal cover on and put it inside. Then you fold your mat. So we have flown the DJI Mavic Air 2, and I believe you can see how easy it is to fly the DJI Mavic Air 2. So please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and comment if you're a drone pilot and you think there's something that I missed or there's something that you do that I did not mention. Please drop it in the comment section. Whatever we can do to help people to avoid having accidents with their drones. Drones are very expensive. You can't afford to have accidents with this beautiful piece of equipment. It was great to have you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.